How in the hell you gonna sit up there, tell me I'm stupid, uh, all this type of stuff? You don't even know your own scriptures. What I say, what from what I see, you're delusional. You're very delusional. Yeah. And it's just a shame how the elderly people are. Like, come on now, you supposed to be leading the community. You supposed to be leading our community in the right direction. Yeah. You the main one should be picking up your Bible. Not sitting up on the damn I mean up on the shelf or nothing like that. Yeah, you supposed to be reading the Bible. It's just a shame how, but I'm picking up my Bible the whole time, quoting, but you ain't got nothing in your hand. You ain't even trying to prove nothing. You don't even try to even do no research, no studying, none of that. But what would I look like going around here as a damn near a 50-year-old man walking around here? We was conversate. Well, we made a conversation about prophets. Um, the individual was talking about listening to prophets and how they prophesy prosperity and all that type of stuff. And I told her straight up, I said, they want your money. They not worried about your soul. I said, you can't find, and I'm not exalting myself at all. And then that what I said, you won't go nowhere and you won't find none of my videos of me. And I've been doing YouTube videos for since 2013. You will not find not one of my videos since from 2013 up until 2023 of getting on my camera and saying I'm a prophet of God and asking people for they, like, what kind of shit is that? Like, you won't see that in me. I said, but you got to pay, sir. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like I'm exalting myself or nothing like that, but man, what I was basically saying, everybody ain't gonna tell you the truth, bro. Everybody's not gonna tell you the truth. I said the person is straight up lying to you. They not about righteousness and they don't care nothing about your soul. You see what I'm saying? I said, you 70 some years old. I said, you the main one supposed to be telling people in the community for what's right. You see what I'm saying? You can't just sit up and babble, listen to somebody. You don't know what they saying. They say they're lying to be cussing God. Blah, 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 and all that old kind of stupid foolishness. You don't know they lying to be cussing you out, cussing they blessing and cussing your blessing and cussing you. That I just said it like that. They lying to be sitting up there cussing God and cussing you. But hold on. This book right here, I be reading out of, I be studying. It's called Babylon Temple of Two. Thanks to the brother that helped me with getting the information. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. And I'm sitting up here, like I'm reading out of this book, man. You see what I'm saying? Um, I said I'm here reading out of this thing. I said I'm reading from this and I'm reading from the Bible. I said everything that I say, I just literally just got out of from going through this here, and then I take and compare it to the Bible. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? I'm not for no fun and game. I'm not trying to be here for no to be seen and all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not here to. try to act like I'm more or better or something like that. But at the same time, the Bible tells you that there is false prophets out here. I mean, you got people. You got to be careful, man. If they not leading you to the words of the Most High, and that's all they do in Christianity. Christianity, they quote lies. Christianity is not going. It's not designed. Is to fill you in and help lead and guide you. And the person told me, they said, the elder lady, and I said, well, look, let me show you what you're saying. What you're telling me is show it's what you're saying. Let me show you in the book, in the Bible, that what you're saying and what the Bible is saying is, you're saying, when I go into the Bible, it's not going to read the same thing you're trying to, same thing what you're telling me right now. I went to Second Ezra chapter 2 and verses what 59, where it says that Tamisa and Taharsa and Adam, Kirob, Adam and Emma, but they could not show their father's house or their seed, whether they was of Israel, things of that nature. And back then, you couldn't even serve as priests if you didn't know who your seed was or who your father's nationality. I said, now I read that in the Bible, but I said, you said that it's Hebrew and this and that. You're not gonna get into the kingdom and this and that and the third. That's not gonna get you into the kingdom. I said, well, first and foremost, that's what you're saying. It's not even in the Bible. I said, I may not be the smartest person in the world, but I got sense enough is to go and not condemning you, and don't. And I said, don't try to sit up there and say I'm condoning. You condoning other people. I said, first and foremost, condoning people and showing people where they going off at is two different things. I said, I'm showing you what you're saying is not in alignment with that text. I said, this is not condoning you. This is correcting something that you said. I said, now I'm just reading the Bible. It ain't going against you. It's basically reading the Bible, and the Bible cuts everything. You know, that's all I'm saying. I said, well, let me read this here. After what you're saying right now, what you're saying. All right. Now I'm gonna read out of here, and let's see if what you're saying matching up with this. That's what I say, and I just go and read the script. That's what I do. I go and read the script. You see what I'm saying? And well, I don't need no Bible. I don't need to pick up all that type of stuff, and I don't need to do this, and I don't need to do that. I just use common judgment. I said, what is? I said, where is that in the Bible? You can just use common judgment. Where show me that. If you can show me because everything that you say, you have to prove it with a script. Where, uh, according to First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 21, it say what? What it say? It say prove all things, right? It say prove all things. So I want you to show me in the Bible where. Then not only that, you said that I'm reading my own damnation. That's what you said, right? Okay, I can prove to you that that's a line that's not even in the Bible. Because in St. John 5 and 29, the Most High said, search the scriptures, right? And then he said in Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3, he said, what did he say? He said, blessed is he that read, right? That's what the Bible, he said, blessed is he that read. It's a blessing in reading the scriptures because you get the understanding, right? So based upon what I just read and what you're saying, that's contrary to the Bible, what you're saying. So what makes it wrong? I said, don't we have a lot of shootings and killings and stuff amongst Esau? I said, when people say things like that, just like you look at the news, right? I said, when I confirm and read out of the book where it says, um, it talks about violence and crime, you go in Deuteronomy 28, right? And I said, didn't the Bible say a lot of these things is going to happen in Matthew 24 verses 1? He said that you're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? Is they over there fighting in Ukraine and doing all that type of stuff? I said, that's in Matthew 24, fulfills that prophecy. So I said, if the Bible is such a fraud book, why is all that stuff coming to pass then? That makes the Bible a true book if you see all that's happening. The simplest thing. That's right. Most of the people haven't read the Bible. I don't think they really have. Because shit, the elderly lady, when you go in the community, they'll say things like, well, I raised y'all up on the Bible and I raised you up. I said, well, it doesn't sound like you didn't read the Bible. You couldn't have read the Bible, because from what you're saying now and speaking now, you didn't read the Bible, because what I'm showing you now is uh, going against what you're saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just reading literally what this book is saying. But what you're saying, why is it? I say, look, explain this to me then. I'm going to read this here and then you explain this to me. What they do, talk over it. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I said, the reason why you don't want to hear it is because Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 12, it says, for the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, right? So I said, it's going to cut all them lies and all that BS and bullshit that you're telling me. I said, this ain't no disrespect or dis against you. I'm just saying what you're saying. And every time I go reading the Bible, why is it saying something different from what you're saying? You know? So something, what you're saying, it looks like it should add up with what I'm reading here. And then I went to Acts 5 and 29. It says, what it says, we ought to obey God. And then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, it said, we ought to obey God rather than man, right? Now, I said, I'm literally just reading out the Bible. I'm not saying nothing, you know? I said, I'm confused. How you gonna lead? But you're saying that I'm stupid for picking up and correcting a situation? The Most High told us to do that. Well, I'm older than you. I said your age and spirit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. According to Job chapter, I think that's Job chapter 32 in verse 7, days should speak and multitude of years should teach wisdom. And he said there's a spirit there's a spirit in the Almighty God that gives them understanding. He said great men are not always wise, neither do age understand judgment. Just because your age, it ain't about it, it's about how the spirit quicken you, the Most High quicken you. You can be young, just young. I said Christ was a what? He was 12 years old in Luke chapter 2 and 3. He was 12 years old when he was speaking to the what they was calling them rabbis in the temple and stuff. And I think some of them people was like 80, 90 probably, something like that. That's right. There was young kings. If you go and you look in, I think in First Kings, First Chronicles, I think it is, where it says Josiah. Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign. I mean, he was a leader. He was an Israelite leader. Young kings, you know. So I said, I don't know I don't know what you on. I said it just sounds like Christianity just got a lot of people going. So I'm like, what the hell? I don't know, man. Sometimes it's like this here. Right is more wrong, and the wrong thing is more right today. That's how it is. That's how it is in this society. And when you call out things like that, they gonna look at you like, hey, no, there's something wrong with you. It's like the truth. We ain't got no leaders no more in our community. We just don't have it no more, man. We don't have it, you know. But it's like the people, the older generation is like they gone. The the Bible, it literally sits up on the shelf in dust, and they don't know what's in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know, man. It's like Christianity, man. Christianity is the worst drug ever, man. I'm telling you, man. Christianity, I advise anybody. I'm telling them to this day, whatever you do, do not get yourself involved in Christianity at all. I'm telling you, Christianity will literally mess you up. Christianity is worse than being drunk. I'm telling you. I believe it's worse than a pill getting you high. I'm telling you. Do not ever, ever get involved with that because it will mess you up. I'm telling you. Don't get involved with it, please. Run from it. If they not telling you, let me tell y'all something. If they ain't telling you your nationality, telling you none of that, um, none of that, get away from them. Yeah, get the hell away because it's gonna mislead you. You don't need the deal. You don't, man. It's just like that's why the Most High He always state. I see why He used the parable of children. He said, "Whosoever shall humble himself as this little child receives me." Because thing about a child, you ain't never seen a child tell you, "I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want." No, you never see. You don't see that. The Most High says, if you don't humble yourself as a child, bro, you can't get in. He said you can't even get into the kingdom. Yeah. So one thing about young children, they gonna ask you questions. They ain't gonna sit up there and act like they know everything. For the most part, no, they ain't gonna sit up there and act like they know everything, man. Humble yourself, meaning you got to like sacrifice, put aside your pride, like humble. That's what it means. The word pride, like pride, it's like put aside your ego. That's what it is. That's all it means. Put aside your ego, put aside your pride and swallow it and find out what is the meaning of whatever, you know what I'm saying, of that context. Because I remember people used to tell me years ago, they'd say, you just reading words, but you ain't even understanding what you're doing. I said, now in 2023, now I can understand some things. I don't understand everything. I'm still growing. I still got a long ways to go. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I still got a long ways to go, man. But what I do everything in my power is to make sure that whatever I'm saying to you, I make sure that I do everything in my power is to prove, is to go and look up. Even if I don't know the answer right away, I go stop what I'm doing and go in my room and look up the answer. I'm not just gonna be sitting up. I'm gonna do everything in my power. Everything in my power is to make sure that I'm telling you or giving it to you correctly. Because people didn't ask me, they didn't ask me certain questions. I said, well, I'm not for sure. Let me just go and make sure. Let me look it up. Let me take a double check and make sure because I don't want to give it to you the wrong way. And then some people be like, excuse me. I have told people have told me or corrected me on certain things, and they have said, well, that's what you just said. I like, well, my bad. I had it wrong. I don't mind saying my bad. I had it wrong. I don't mind doing that. As much as it would as it hurt, you see what I'm saying, or whatever. If I said something wrong, I was like, my bad, I retract it. My bad, that wasn't right. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind saying I'm wrong. I don't mind that. I don't mind. That's what you call be willing to like Humble yourself. Because pride, man, pride will destroy me. And I know if it destroyed me, it'll destroy anybody else. So that's what I'm not trying to come on here and act like I know everything because I don't. But when you say something and I'm like, I'm listening to you and I'm like, I'm gonna say, nah, that don't sound right. Let me go and look that up. Let me go look this up right quick. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want to assume that they are wrong. I said, well, let me go and look it up. That's what I learned to do now. I don't go if I'm ever talking or speaking on anything pertaining to uh, whether if it's dealing with slavery, the slave trade, which that's what I talk about. I'm not gonna never. I want to do everything within my power is to not make sure that I have my Bible and be able to like prove to them whatever it is that they want to know, the like give me the dates, the times, or whatever. Do you know what time period that was, or something like that? I want to be able to say, well, no, wait a minute. Let me go look it up. Let me go see if I excuse me. Let me just go and look it up, Google it, or do what I do the best I can. Google it up and find out, and I'll be more than happy to bring you back the answer or something like that. You know what I mean? Um, so that's what I try to do. I do everything in my power. Try to do that. You see what I'm saying? With conversing with the elderly, no. See, some people think that you're being kind of like disrespectful because they're looking at it. Well, I'm of age and I've been here longer than you, and you, um, like, you know what I'm saying? You're being no. It's nothing wrong with going into the Bible and presenting people the evidence. I said, no, that's not even correct what you're saying. What you're saying, I said, I guarantee you, I go in the Bible, it's gonna say something totally different from what you're saying. So who should I follow? You or the Bible? Who should I follow? You or the Most High? Who allows it to rain? Who allows the clouds to come? The Most High allows the rain to come. You see what I'm saying? So you don't allow the rain to come. So why should I listen to you? The one that allowed the rain to come, that allows the winter to come, that allows the summer to come, allows the leaves to turn green. That's the one I'm gonna listen to. You know what I mean? So if the leaves turn green, the Bible talks about the olive trees and all that, right? So who should I listen to? Because you ain't saying nothing. You're saying I'm disrespecting prophets and all that. We going back around to that. Prophets and prophecies and stuff. First of all, they don't create the wind. They don't create the trees. They don't create that. So I'm gonna follow the one that the map. The Bible ain't nothing but the road map that show you the way. If you arguing with me about New York and you telling me to get to New York by going east, and New York is going south, further up in the south, what are you gonna do? You gonna listen to the one that's telling you to go east, or you gonna listen to the one telling you to go further up in the south to get to New York? The Bible is a map, a road map that shows you how to live. Like let me give you a perfect example. Did the Bible say thou shalt not kill? Didn't it say that? It says thou shalt not kill, right? All right. Now, what is that? What type of attitude? What is this telling you? It's telling you that means if I refrain from trying to kill my neighbor or hurt my neighbor, my own brother, my Hebrew brother, right? What is that showing? That's showing that you keeping the commandment. That's showing love. Because the opposite of killing and to not to kill your brother or your sister, meaning that you love them. The opposite of love is hate. So if you hate somebody, and the Bible says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart," right? That's in Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, but thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon them. That's what they don't get. You see what I'm saying? Like if you saying something and it says thou shalt not kill. So thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. That means you're loving them. The opposite of killing, and you don't do it. If you don't do it, that means you love it. Love. If you say, no, no, I'm not doing that. No, man, you know what? The spirit quicken me, man. The most high quicken my spirit and say, don't do that. What is that? That's a love. That's the love of the most high, man. That's all it is. They said don't I'm just trying to show the examples of people saying that I don't have to do this or I don't have to read the Bible, I don't have to do this and I don't have to do that. Well, if if you refrain from killing your brother, what does that mean? That means you done read the Bible, and that means you following it. That means you're following. You're applying it to your life. If you abstain from stealing from your brother, that means you're putting it into practice. If if my brother drops something and I say, oh, I'm not gonna tell him that he dropped that. I'm gonna go there and pick it up and put it in my pocket or whatever. Then that's a definition of not applying what I read to my life. Yeah, that's what it means. So that makes the Bible be true. Yeah, that makes the Bible true. Yeah, a lot of people ain't gonna take time. If I was sitting up in here lying to people, telling people to Hamid Moshadia and like all they doing in these, all they think about is this here, get people's money and all that type of stuff. And a lot of people are attracted to that, and they think that makes perfect sense. What I'm trying to say, it's like it ain't resonating with them. So that tells you that they love lies too. I don't understand it, man. This generation, man, all these people, all this generation, they love lies. This whole generation love lies. You can tell what I'm saying is boring. Yeah, it's boring, but if they perceive it that way or whatever they want to do, then that's on them. I'm just delivering the message. The Most High, I'm just doing what He told me to do. People might make me look bad in this video for saying that, but it's crazy, man. I'm up out of here now. It's either whether what the Most High says and what He say, and Ezekiel chapter 3, I think it's verse 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He said, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. He said, tell them anyway, whether they hear or whether they will forbear, whether they will listen or whether they don't. He said, just say it anyhow. You know, would you do, what do you think about, what is that word? I can't even pronounce, what is that? Maybe that, it sounds like it might be a Saudi Arabian language or something. I don't know. I'm just saying something. You know what I'm saying? Can you be, yeah, just be a little bit more specific. people that think there are more than two genders, more than two genders. Okay, people that think there there are more than two genders. Um, be, break it down a little bit more. Just break it down just a little bit more for me. I want to make sure I understand. Yeah, I want to make sure that I totally understand. I'm the only thing I don't know is he think is saying homos people that wait a minute people that think there are more than two genders. Oh, okay. Is it talking relating to like two ways? One one way is right and the other way is wrong, or they think anything? Like I'm trying to figure it out. Like uh, because people believe in marrying the same. Oh, okay, yeah. People, yeah, gay. All right, yeah, I got it now. Yeah, they thinking that marrying the same sex and all that type of stuff is what the Most High wants or whatever. No, all that's contrary, and it's like when you speak against it, it's obviously they automatically going right off the slot. They gonna criticize you. Yeah, they. It's like you can't even tell the truth no more. That's crazy. You know, everybody wants to. Hold on, somebody coming up. Yeah, yeah, man, somebody's coming up. But hold on. Let me pick this up in here like this. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and stay here. Yeah, man, it's like people, man. Um, yeah, man, it's like more wrong is being exalted than anything. You know. Yeah. It only get this way due to entertainment. Hold on.